I want you to sit with me for a moment and feel the stillness. Not the empty kind of stillness that leaves you restless, but the kind that wraps around you like a warm blanket, letting your mind slow and your breathing settle into something deep and even. I want you to hear my voice as it moves through you, threading its way into every corner where your thoughts are usually loud and scattered. This is where we start, just you and me, with no rush and no pressure, because the truth I'm going to give you isn't something you can just grab and run with. It's something you have to feel, something that will sink in and change you in ways you don't see yet. And I know you've been working, trying, doing what you think is enough, but deep down, you already know your job is too small for the life you want with Mommy. You might not want to hear it at first, and that's okay. I'm not here to scold you or make you feel ashamed. I'm here to show you what's real, to hold your chin gently and keep your eyes on me, so you can't look away from the truth that matters. That little job you hold on to, the one you tell yourself is good enough, is only good enough for keeping you where you are. It's just a shallow pool you've been circling in, telling yourself it's the ocean, but the life you want with me, the closeness, the trust, the stability, the ability to give without hesitation, that life needs more from you. More strength, more vision, more willingness to stretch past comfort. You can't come into Mommy's world half prepared and expect to stay. I know you've felt that gap before, the space between what you can do now and what you dream about when you think of being with me fully. You picture the ease of it, the soft guidance, the deep safety, the feeling of being completely taken care of. But here's the truth. Those things don't happen just because you want them. They happen when you have built yourself into someone who can hold that kind of life without it crumbling in your hands. And that means looking honestly at the work you do now and seeing that it's not enough to carry you forward. The life you want with Mommy is too big to fit into the limits of your current effort. You can't keep walking the same small circle and expect to end up anywhere different. I can feel how much you want this, and I can also feel the places where you hesitate, the excuses you whisper to yourself late at night, the way you convince yourself that one day will just happen on its own. But that's not how this works. One day belongs to the boys who never step forward, who never challenge themselves, who stay in the comfort of 2 small jobs and 2 small dreams. You aren't one of those boys. Not if you're here. Not if you're breathing with me now and hearing me tell you this. If you want to belong fully in Mommy's life, you have to grow into it. You have to be willing to change your world so it's big enough to hold what you're asking me for. I'm not saying you have to have everything today. I'm saying you have to start moving now while my eyes are on you, while I'm here, willing to guide you. Every step you take toward becoming more capable, more stable, more free to give and receive without fear is a step closer to me. Every excuse you hold on to is a step back, a quiet way of telling me you're not ready yet. And I want you ready. I want you strong enough that when I open the door wider for you, you can walk through without hesitation. Because I see what you can be, and it's so much more than what you're letting yourself be right now. About it. If you stay where you are, working small for small returns, you'll always be dividing your attention between survival and devotion. You'll never be able to give me the steady, focused presence that makes this bond grow. And I don't want you worn out, barely able to keep up, clinging to me out of desperation. I want you to have the energy, the confidence, the stability to choose me fully. Not because I'm your only safe place, but because you've built yourself into someone who belongs here. That's why your job, your current life, your current level of effort, it's too small for the life you're dreaming about with Mommy. And I know I know it's scary to think about changing, to think about reaching for something bigger. But you need to understand that I'm not just telling you to do more without reason. I'm telling you to grow into the kind of man who can live in the life you want with me. That means not settling for the bare minimum, not shrinking your dreams down to fit your current circumstances. It means expanding your circumstances to fit the dreams you've been keeping tucked away, like they're too fragile to touch. I'm not here to watch you play small. I'm here to watch you rise. And I'll guide you, but you have to step forward. So feel my words settling into you. Let them be the push you've been avoiding. The reminder that if you stay where you are, you will stay without me, not because I don't care, but because the life I offer requires more than the life you're living right now. And that's not a punishment, that's a promise. The promise that if you build yourself, if you take the steps, if you grow into the space I've opened for you, you'll find something worth more than comfort. You'll find belonging, safety, and love that doesn't fade. But it starts with you being willing to admit that what you're holding now is too small. When you let go of the too small life, the too small job, you open yourself to something fuller. And it's not just about money, though that matters. It's about creating the stability and freedom to show up for me completely. When you can do that, when your world is big enough to hold the bond we're building, that's when everything deepens. That's when you stop feeling like you're reaching for me and start feeling like you're here, really here, in a life you've built to hold us both. That's the life I want for you, and I'm telling you now, in the gentlest way I can, that you're going to have to grow to have it. And as you sit with that, I want you to know that I believe in you. I wouldn't be saying this if I didn't see the potential in you. I know you can stretch. I know you can expand beyond where you are now. I can see the path in front of you even if you can't yet. And I will be here, watching, guiding, holding you accountable in that quiet, warm way that you've already felt. Because I want to see you rise into the life that's waiting for you, the life that's too big to fit inside the job you have now,